Hello. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope the well is doing you. I do apologize. I wasn't able to make it on Wednesday. I had like an interview thing I had to go to. Then afterwards, it just something about my energy was just off. So it was like I didn't have the capacity to channel, didn't have the capacity to share energy or anything. So I do apologize. Plus, there was also the start of Mercury in retrograde, and we're still in like the last period of Venus in retrograde, which is just the last month of the first week of September. Um, so it's just all the planets being in retrograde was just a lot. I'm trying to channel a message. My body was like, no. And you have to listen. So we're gonna go ahead and get our weekend message for the collective. See what's going on now that we are in Mercury in retrograde. Definitely will be some issues and delays and or confusing for it, but where it's Mercury in retrograde, so it's going to be about plans, setting a strong foundation, taking care of yourself as well, beauty still, because that is the maiden and it's about learning, it's about expansion, it's about grace and compassion as well for Virgo. Not just being meticulous, not just being well thought out, not just being structured, but it also has another hand to it as well. We're in retrograde for that, which is about technology messing up, delayed communication, delayed news or funds, miscommunication, all those type of things. It's just a means of just taking a little extra step still, taking that step back. Okay. So we have 45 for our proverb for the weekend. Let's go ahead and tap into that, which is gathering together above lake below earth. Water running freely over the earth does not attain the depth of the lake with its constraints. In the same way, people are stronger when they are gathered together within the vessel of community. A shared history adds depth to their connection, and they are unified through the honoring of ancestors and traditions. Such a spiritual life cannot be easily dissolved. So it's kind of like I'm hearing, if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it, right? And we know that. We've been hearing it, and it's currently happening in this lifetime, that history is being deleted so that it can be repeated. But it's a means of when you are with community, when you know your neighbors, when you know your coworkers, when you know the people just in your vicinity, and or you have established your own community based off of hobbies, your integrity, your goals and things, what you're looking for, and whatever it may be, that connection is stronger than anything that they can disembark, right? Which is why passing on stories is so important. Sharing information and communication is so important, and especially again with it being in retrograde, and you can be confused, you can be easily irritated, it can be a little distraught, it can be something delayed. Again, it's this Mercury retrograde is about communication, it's about research, it's about information, it's about the intellectual side about that, it's about being able to connect your heart with your head so that way you have that intelligence as well to speak and communicate thoroughly. Um, so once we're taking all that in, and it's about sharing with the community, sharing those stories, sharing progression, just being involved within a community, because that is not easily dissolved. It is a lot harder to break down, which is, if we're thinking about it, just to bring it back to like the Black Panther Party, how they created the FBI just to take them down. It's something that is not easily dissolved, right? It was not something that was just easily shaken, or a few people. No, it was lasting for years, but within the community, known nationwide. I don't know if it's known globally, but nationwide for sure. So it's this thing of, if we are communicating, we are coming together, and we are providing for one another, there's not an outside force that can come in and divide and conquer, which is whispering in your ear and saying this, and whispering in this person saying this, and now there's beef between the two. A lot of people don't know what divide and conquer means. That's the true meaning. It's your own party is divided, and then they're easily able to come in and conquer. They're not dividing their own party to conquer you. They're dividing your party so that they can conquer you. So make sure that your community is in a sense of self, right? So make sure that you're keeping them in check. Make sure that you're checking in on them. Make sure that you're involved. things of that sort. Okay, so our affirmation is the lake upon the earth, the vessel of community. Okay, memory holds water, memory holds information, cleansing, rebirth, things of that sort. So let's go ahead and tap into what we're looking for into the weekend. See if Spirit has. Spirit, what do you have in regards to activities, movement, action for this weekend for the collective? We have sacrifice, and then we have temptation. Anything anything else, Spirit, in regards to this weekend for the collective? We got some major arcana cards coming in, or arcania, however you want to pronounce it. But that means that we just have some pillars that may be changing in what we're doing. Major arcana is something that is a staple within your life, within just daily movement, daily action. That's why it's like sacrifice, temptation, power, truth, because it's something that you deal with daily in your life, and it's a means of, once you have the foundation, the pillars, the major part in a solid foundation, things that come after, in between, and during that is a lot easier to process. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and read it in numerical order, which is power is actually our first card. Okay, so power is about stepping into your authority, your leadership, your truth, your voice, being more open, right? Just being more ready to be seen, not being afraid, not feeling, and the reason why I look down because there's a card that says trapped in fear, but recognizing your power and what you hold. And the fact that it also has a line, and again, we're still in Venus in retrograde in Leo until after the first week of September, it's a means of continuously stepping into what that means for you as well. Taking that charge, taking authority, being bold, being bright, being seen, being put together in your own mind, in your own life, seeing the beauty and the connections in your relationship. That is all power. There's infinite amounts of it, infinite possibilities of how to tap into your power, utilize your power, but it's a means of not being afraid of it. It's a means of sitting in it and then utilizing it in the best proper way, so that way you can continuously have that generator of energy. It says, the first sentence is literally, as a spiritual being, you have unlimited power at your command. Okay, the key words are inner strength, willpower, courage, compassion, generosity, and love. Okay, so for this weekend, taking that in and recognizing that, again, what that means to be in your power, what that means to recognize your power, what that means to walk in your power. Okay, this card is also strength. If you have your own tarot deck or want to look into it a little bit more, the major arcana card for the traditional deck is strength. Okay, the next one that we have is sacrifice, needing to let something go, needing to release something, needing to get rid of something is in some means a sacrifice, right? But as we know from our proverbs and just in life in general, sometimes the sacrifice is needed for the greater benefit of the whole, for the mindset, for the body, for the growth of what you're looking for. And that is also what the Virgo is, which is the maiden, which is the growth from the child, right? It's that I'm learning, I'm ready to have more information, receive more, I'm ready to stand in that. I'm ready to place my convictions and truth on the balance beam. I forgot what it's called, the scales, and let it know that it is in balance with my desires, my truth, the honesty of it all, right? So sacrificing things, be like, oh, I have to let this go. I have to remove this. I have to get rid of this. And it may feel like a sacrifice, right? When I have to leave my home and leave everything behind, it definitely felt like a sacrifice. Still does. And it was but it was in a means for the development of something more creative, something more expansive, and something that is different than I was expecting in itself. So sacrifice is that light. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that out. We have powerful achievements are usually born as a result of great sacrifice because it's a means of filling up that space, but with something that is like the light of a rainbow, right? It's free, it's clear, it's vibrant. It is now bringing water to a dry, desolate place that you didn't even know was dry and desolate. Okay, the key words are transformation, wisdom, gratitude, and enlightenment. So once again, we're taking that understand that is an enlightenment for your life and the growth. If you want to look at this, it is about the hangman for the traditional. Hangman is about also sitting and meditating. If you feel like time has passed you by, maybe you are putting your power, your energy, all this stamina into something that you truly don't want, that you truly don't desire, or maybe you need to readjust your plans and look at different possibilities and ways of getting something that you are looking for in the long run. Because some people are like, I want this in the long run. This is what I want. And it's like, do you want that in the long run? Or do you want the stability that provides, the comfort that provides, the joy that may provide, right? The open access that may provide. Is that what you want? Or is that just a means to getting what you want? Because if that's a means and it's not working, then it is something that you need to sacrifice and let go. Okay? The next one that we have is temptation. Temptation is a means of falling into things that aren't good for you, right? It's like this self-sabotaging behavior, right? But it's a means of going away from self and looking at externally. Again, is this what I truly want, or is this just a way to get to where I want? It is so far outside of self that now everything, every opportunity, any person that you see, I want what they have, I want this, it's this temptation. Or you want to go back to an ex, or you want to invite a family member back to your life, or things of that sort. And it's this means, or you're like, I guess I'll go ahead, and you're just going to accept the job that you know is beneath you. It's this temptation. And literally in this card, they're turning away from the key. That is going to actually open them up to doors, possibilities, enlightenment, growth, peace, tranquility, things that are actually going to allow what they truly want and truly desire. But they're turning away from themselves, right? And it's like a fight on the inside. And this is the devil card in the traditional deck. So it's a means of being tempted, right? Those desires that are not truly yours. So it's being led astray. It's that outside forces. Okay? So it says it is about addictions and self-limiting behaviors. Again, it's that I have to go outward versus inward, which is way more vast and in depth and expansive, right? And also in a means of, if you are tempted, maybe that's a means of reaching out to your community. Why are you tempted? Maybe you need support. Maybe you're only thinking in one way, which is also those limiting beliefs. It's like, no, this is like, why don't you try this? Did you ever think about this? It's a means of, again, also relying on your community, because your community is an extension of yourself. You either chose it based off of your morals or based off of the connection that you guys have, this understanding, but that is still an extension of yourself as well. So it's a means of, I'm not looking so far outside of me that now I'm going away from me and turning away the truth that I need and being led by the devil in a sense, but in a means of me trusting in myself. Okay? Last major arcana card that we have is truth, honesty, authenticity, being real. Sometimes it's a means of, I can like get wrapped up in toxic positivity. Like, no, it's fine, it's good. No, you want to always be open and honest. This is what's happening. This is what's going on. But I'm not meant to stay here. This is not the end. This is a pivot. This is changing the words. This is still being open and honest. This is being truthful about how your life is going. This is being truthful about what you're feeling. This is about being honest about, no, I actually want this change. I want this set up this way. Being truthful and honest and walking in that, right? And that allows those connections around you to start doing the same, because now you are continuously moving on that way, right? My tongue speaks truth, my ears listen, and my body follows. So those are the means of continuously speaking the truth that is internally inside of self. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab these key words. which is spiritual awakening, clarity, revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. Okay, are the key words. So again, it's a lot of spiritual awakening happening, right? So when you are more spiritually developed, that also allows you even more tapping into not so much earthly community, but also spiritual community, right? Your ancestors, your orishas, your deities, your gods, the universe, whomever. It also allows that because the previous card, the temptation level, is about being connected to the divine and recognizing that those outwardly things are just a reflection of the balance of inwardly things that need to happen. Okay? This is also the Sun card in the classic deck, which is about friendships, new connections, positive social interactions, joy. It's about all of that, and it's also, again, the Leo, the Sun, the vibrancy of wanting to live a life of beauty, of peace, of strong foundations, of courage, of confidence, of truth and willpower within that. Okay, so the next card that we have is Trapped in Fear. Which is our mental card. So again, it can be sometimes a means of, when you are afraid, lean on your community, lean on that. Lean on the understanding of truth in that. And also recognize that you have the power within to overcome anything, including those temptations. And sometimes it's a sacrifice that is needed in order for you to realize that those temptations were very tempting, but not for the reason that it needed to be. Okay, so it was needed for the reason of you finding a deeper sense of self. Like, why do I truly desire this? Why am I craving this? Why am I going after this? Okay, it says this card reveals that it's actually your own fear that has immobilized and trapped you, preventing you from making decisions or choices. So there may be a choice that needs to be made this weekend. It may because of the truth of the information, which is also why information coming in. Mercury retrograde, I always think of it, to me personally, is like full moon on delay, where information is coming in, resolutions are happening. You're able to see things a little bit brighter. You're able to take that step back and reflect, because it is that means of air expansion and communication and things of that sort. Not the planet itself, but in how regards of what communication is. So if we're thinking about it in that way, in the full moon, it's this communication. Because communication, like I said, is delayed, but it still comes in. But it's a process of how are you taking a step back and realizing, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's going on, and move on. It's not that. And that allows you to not be tempted to go after things because, like, oh, let me get this before this don't work out. It's like, let me take interconnection with my surroundings and self. And that allows you to also not be trapped in fear. It says you are the one who's holding yourself prisoner or hostage. Right? Even if we look at this card, this person is literally locked in their own way. Right? It says in order to continue your journey, you must first face your fears so that many new people and conditions can manifest. Okay, again, it says seek out wise counsel for assistance. You don't have to do this alone, but know that you possess all the tools that you need to free yourself. You're forgetting how strong you really are, which is the strength card or the power card, right? It says the spirit will end when you use your mind to cut through the limitations caused by your emotions, which can be losing something, is sacrifice, right? And letting that go. So we are taking in these cards and realize I'm trapped in fear, but it's a means of me. Again, the major arcana is things that you deal with daily. It's the foundation, it's the pillars to everything else. So we're realizing that you want to tap into the truth, the honesty, the power of all of that, and rely on others. It allows you to release that as well. Okay? The last card that we have is material and spiritual prosperity, which is on the physical. So you could have funds coming in, you could have an opportunity to gain funds, but also it's a means of, again, that spiritual awakening, that enlightenment, that growth. And if we're seeing it's in a balance, it's plentiful, it's bountiful, it looks lush, it looks tranquil, it looks like he's at peace, and it's taking it all in for what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up so we can get those keywords. All right, so this is the number 6 physical card, and it represents peaceful, tranquil time when problems seem to actually disappear. So again, this weekend, once you start tapping into that, and your power, it literally says you have the power for that on a spiritual level, for that to create and cultivate anything. So if it is seemingly to disappear after you have decided to make those sacrifices, to release those things, to let go, to start continuously moving forward in your truth, in your light, it allows it to go better for you in the long run. Okay? So it says a sudden bonus, pay raise, or even promotion can be in the offering. It could be expected or arrive out of the blue. Again, it's a means of once you release something, it allows something to truly come inside for you. Okay, it says it can also signify a group that has worked and strived toward the goals of a common, the success of a common goal. Again, your community, collaborating with them, talking with them, having that means. Okay, so again, you don't have to do all this alone. You don't have to worry about anything of that sort. No, I'm doing readings for YouTube. So now we're going to go ahead and see what it is looking like for love this weekend for the collective, okay? I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. I know this week and last week we were dealing with some family issues, some friends to lover issues, not issues, but some family relationship dynamics, as well as some friends to lover or new love aspects. So let's go ahead and take a gander and see what's happening for the collective this weekend in regards to love. Can we elaborate on not for you? That is the first card that popped out. We have not for you. Elaboration, please. It's like you're hesitant on love. Can we clarify hidden agenda, please? It's like you're hesitant, not sure, questioning, or you're not telling the truth about what you really want in love. Anything else, Spirit, in regards to love for this weekend? All right, so it looks like we have a few different scenarios happening. So I will try to get some clarification on that for you, most definitely, if need be, if I feel like you need it. If not, you don't. But for this weekend, we have three different scenarios. So the first one is not for you, and that is leading to fantasy versus reality. So it's a means of not seeing someone like, oh, I see what they could be, right? I see them doing this, or I want them to be like this, or they used to do this even, right? They used to say this, they used to act like this, whatever it is. It's this realization that they're not for you. The love that you're receiving, the care that you're getting, the time is not of quality. It's this thing of just realizing that this person is not for you. Doesn't mean the relationship is bad, doesn't mean the person is bad. It just means that what I'm looking, what I'm seeking, what I want to gather in my life and have is not something that you are able to provide me with at this moment in time. And I need that provided with at this moment in time. So don't feed into the fantasy of what it used to be, what you want it to be, what it could be. Look into what it is right now, because that is the reality of the situation. That is what you're currently living in. That is what you are currently experiencing. And that is what your emotions, your body, and everything is taking on for itself. So we're going to go ahead and recognize that for this person, if you have been recognizing like, I'm infatuated more so, I'm more in lust, or I'm just loving this person hopefully into where they realize and I want the best for them, they're not for you. But it's a realization that there is someone out there that is, if that is what you are seeking and that is what you are wanting. Okay? So, the next thing that we have is trust and fear of failure. It's a fear of failure within this relationship. It's a fear of failure within taking a step out. It's a fear of not truly knowing yourself in some ways of how you will be in a relationship, or being scared of having your triggers push you in a way where it ends relationship, right? But it's a means of trusting in yourself. It literally says take care of self, right? So you have to trust in yourself. You have to trust that. Are you ready? Okay. So then take that step. Are you prepared? Trust also leads with sensuality, which is knowing yourself, loving yourself, caring about yourself, liking yourself, right? Trusting that you can and have discernment to make the right decisions, to choose the right person or let the right person in your life or be around this person. You have to trust that you will be as calm as this person is on the water, and it's allowing it to release while still being protected, while recognizing there is no fear of failure in love, because it's an experience, it's an energy, it's I want to say it's a movement, which is crazy, but that's what I'm hearing. It's a movement, because love is a verb, it's an action, it's a movement of the soul, of the body, of the mind, of the endorphins, of all these things. So to have a fear of failure in relationships is to have a fear of failure within the love that you are getting and or receiving, and that leads with you trusting yourself and realizing, am I surrounding myself around people that are giving me the love that I want and care about, right? So the fear of failure is a means of, it can lead to self-sabotage, it can lead to doubt, it can lead to obsessiveness and control, it can lead to being a doormat in some instances, or just allowing things to happen. Like, no, I'll accept it, I'll allow it, and you really don't want to accept and allow it because you have this fear of failure. That means, again, sacrificing the relationship for a better sense of community that cannot be easily disputed. And who you love, who you care about, whether that be romantic, platonic, or family, that is also your sense of community because they are around you in a lot of sense. So trust that you are going to make the wise decision. Trust that you can lead your life. Trust that you have the power and the understanding and discernment to do so. Okay? And that comes with the realization of that. The next one that we have is they adore you in hidden agenda, right? It's in your mind, which also your mind mentally is what we found out is this fear of failure, trapped in fear, so fear can lead to reality for the first person. Fear can lead to just the fear of failing, and then fear can lead to feeling like others have a hidden agenda. They want to use your love, use your time, use your body, just be around you. They don't really care about you. But this person, they adore you. They care about you. They love you. They respect you. They cherish your time and your energy. They honor your body and your mind. They are dedicated. They adore you. They admire you. You inspire them and you push them for growth because they are seeing that in an expansion of yourself. But when you feel like somebody has a hidden agenda, or they're hiding something from you, or they're not being real or honest, but you're not communicating it, you're not bringing it up, you're not being truthful, you're not being real, it stops your joy. It stops the sun from coming in, right? It stops that jubilation, right? And it can halt the adoration that somebody has, because now you're changing yourself based off of these things that you feel are actually truly going on, when you can just be vocal about it. You can bring it up, because that can also be a means of your trigger, and that can also help you with healing and growth. Why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel like they're hiding things from me? Why do I feel like they're not being truthful, when in reality they haven't shown me any way that they're actually doing that? Where is this coming from? So that way, where can this lead to? Okay? The last card that we have is missing you. Someone is missing you, missing your time, missing your essence, the quality that you guys spent together. They're missing you. Like, have all these torn roses of, do they love me? Do they love me not? Are they coming back? Should I go back? It's this feeling of just missing you and loving you. So With Mercury retrograde, a lot of people, your ex is not blocked. If a person that you don't want to talk to is not blocked, a family member, whatever, it's this thing of recognizing they're going to come back in. I'm not saying they're going to, but if there is a doorway in and it's not locked and they don't even need a key, they can come in. And I'm not saying that they will, but just be cautious. Block those people that you need to block. Mute those people that you need to mute if you like, okay, maybe I'm not quite there yet. But start taking those steps and realize that. But somebody is missing you. It could be a person that you do want to speak to and you do want to come out and reach you, but make sure that you are also mentally prepared for that and you're not doing something out of fear or worry or self-sabotage and things of that sort, okay? Let's go ahead. Towards the end. I just flip this deck. I typically only do this deck on like full moon, blue moon type things, but Spirit led me to, so that's what we're gonna do. Wow. Talk about it, okay? So we have You Are Good Enough, which is full moon in Virgo. And then we have The Answers You Need Are Coming, which is full moon in Gemini. And like I said, I like to think of Mercury in retrograde as like the full moon, where it's the illumination of everything that needs to be seen, heard, felt, dealt with, released, taken on, appreciated, and things of that sort. So we're going to go ahead and pull that up. Okay. After. So for the You Are Good Enough for the Virgo and full moon, the affirmation is about the affirmation is, I will find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in my daily life. I will find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in my daily life. This is good enough is about realizing that maybe you've been too humble. Maybe you've been too meek. Maybe you've been too timid about your life. Maybe you've been not recognizing your power, your gifts, your mind. If we are in Virgo, which is the mating, it's about you again coming out of that childlike state. And you have a little bit more information. You have a little bit more experience. Speak on that. Stand on that. Recognize that you are good enough. You don't need to prove your worth with your love. I need to prove that I'm worthy of love. I need to prove that I'm worthy of this promotion, of things of that sort. No, me, who I am is worthy enough. I do not need to pay or work for my existence, right? I'm here. I'm good enough, and I know that. So I will find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in my daily life. So that way, just because I feel like it's structured and nothing is collapsing and I'm going through chaos or issues, but my life is not good enough because I don't feel like anything's popping. No, this is allowing me to recognize that I've given myself peace, serenity, calm, while it is this vast expansion of the cosmic, right? This now I can be a little bit more creative and open-minded and all these things as well, okay? The additional meanings are worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. Okay? Hold on. Yes, I am. Drinking out of a yogurt tonight. That's why I'm waking up. Okay. Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. So an apology to self, I'm hearing, and or an apology to others. Especially if we are thinking about the community and you being a part of that as well, it's means of taking that in. Okay? So have you been overly critical, overly judgmental, pushy, a little aggressive, kind of those things. It's a means of, do you need to apologize to others and or yourself? There we go. Stop second guessing yourself. Again, don't doubt yourself. You are good enough. You have the knowledge, the understanding, but you also understand that you can learn, right? You can take on the information. Raise your karma by doing something good for someone else. Sometimes we feel like we're not good enough. We feel like we don't have anything to give. We feel like there's nothing worth value. There's nothing worth noticing. There's nothing worth giving. There's nothing we're speaking up about. It feels like we have nothing to offer. We have nothing to provide. So to raise your karma, do something for someone else so that way you can realize how expansive and beautiful and amazing you are and thus your life is. Okay? It says it is time to declutter your home. Sorry, the teaching is time to declutter your home, your life, and your office. It's time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. Again, that sacrifice is needed in order for true growth. It's also time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditations, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. No matter when you draw it, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start a healthier life. Okay, let me see if I can pull you up. No, yep, they all fell out, but that's okay. We live. We bond. We bond. There we go. Sorry, the light is like raising and moving, so I'm trying to move with it. Okay, so the next one that we have is full moon in Gemini, okay? The answers you need are coming again. That information, the spiritual enlightenment, the awakening, the promotion, the abundance. There is information that is coming, and like I said, it's that delayedness, it's that going back, it's that taking a moment, it's that possible reevaluating, it's that needing more information, more research, right? That is also means of that as well. The expansion of what communication is. It's not just talking, it's more than that. Okay? So the affirmation is I will have an important conversation and I will stay calm. Yes, it is a means, because sometimes we get so passionate about what we're talking about. We have to be confrontational, which is good because you need to confront an issue in order to get to the front of it before it stays in the back of your mind fucking with you. So it is a means of, again, coming forward, doing what needs to be done, and setting it up properly. Okay, so if there's an important conversation needs to be had, you need to speak up for yourself, you need to ask for something, whatever it is, whatever it may be, is this means of realizing I can have an important conversation and stay calm. My mind can stay clear. I won't operate out of fear, anxiety, stress, irritation, confused, any of that. It's a means of when I stay calm, it allows my body to stay calm, and allows me to receive the message and actively listen, not just to speak, not just to defend, but actively listen, to hear, to take it in, to understand them a little bit more, which leads back even to more growth in community, because you also need to share information so that way it can, again, not be easily dissolved. So the additional meanings is don't be superficial. Again, don't be overly critical. Don't be judging. Don't turn up your nose at any and everything. Someone is trying to flirt with you. Have you noticed? Again, maybe that is a new way of new opportunity, new possibilities. Maybe just new fun. That will allow you to see the cosmic and the mundane and the balances. You having a little bit more excitement in that way, right? Are you noticing somebody flirting with you, trying to gather your attention? Are you so focused on feeling like I'm not good enough for it? I'm not worthy of it. I got too much to deal with. I'm stressed. Things of that sort. It says you need to laugh off this situation and just move on. Whatever it is that you are dealing with, and it could also, I'm hearing the person that's fantasy versus reality, you really need to laugh off that situation and realize that yes, you were feeding into that, but just that allows you to show that is what my love can do, but now I'm going to use it in a means that is grounded in reality, a sense of self, a sense of honesty and truth, that I don't have to go off of, oh, I hope that they're doing this, I hope that they continue to do this, or they used to do, or they're going too soon to, man, I love that they do this. I'm loving my life. I'm enjoying it, right? So it says job applications have good prospects. So fill out applications if you haven't had a job in a while. The loan funds, if you are looking to start your own business, if you are looking to expand on that, if you're looking to have a partnership as well, if you are looking to check in on whatever it is in the means of career, now is a good time to hop on that. Luck is in the air, luck is in the feeling, luck is in the movement. Okay, that is also communication as well. It says the teaching is talk, talk, and more. Talk is the emotional full moon itself, the energy of it moves into the communicative sign. It is too easy to say too much, so mind how you go if you pull this card, and we did. Again, that's why you want to stay calm, so that way you can get your thoughts on. Be like, damn, I forgot to say this. Damn, I didn't mention this. I don't remember. And calm the mind, it calms the nervous system, and it calms the outlay of the conversation, okay? Because you can't control it, and it's a lot harder to release that control when you have a lot of in you, okay? It says it can also indicate an enjoyable social event, right? Which leads back to the sun, the social interactions. It leads back to the proverb, the community, things of that sort, right? And it is a great time for socializing. This card also argues well for any study you're either taking or considering. So again, that expansion, that's what the maiden is. If you know a Virgo, they're always learning, they're always developing, they're always growing. That's why they feel like they know so much, is because they're like, no, I really sit and I studied with this, right? So taking that in and recognizing that as well in the accumulation of the process. Where the hell is that book? What the hell? Oh, that's why. It's like, that is not where that goes. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and get one card for what is and isn't working, and then we'll wrap it up with some final messages, okay? Oh, shoot. This weekend sounds really good. Sounds very prosperous. It sounds very abundant. It sounds like it's a means of just kind of being a little bit more grateful to yourself, in the life that you are cultivating, the life that you are creating, and that in itself turns into a lot of good reality and process moments for healing later on. Because when you're able to do that, even just for like small things where your life is going good, and you're able to process that in a way that's calm, collected, grateful, things of that sort. When life does continue to happen, and you are going through another lesson, another hiccup, another obstacle, whatever it is, it allows you just a little bit more trust in your nervous system. Okay? What is one thing that... I'm not playing with y'all today. Give me a stack. What is one thing that isn't working for the collective this weekend, that won't work for the collective this weekend? It's one thing that won't work for the collective this weekend. Oh, shit. They also give me what is. So what isn't working is water energy. I was working for us this week, but this weekend we're gonna need to shift gears. So we have the water energy, which is the dolphin, and what is working for us, which is the fire energy, which is the lion. Hilariously, I can't make this up. I wish I could, but I don't, and I didn't. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and tap into this elementally ordered. And we're going to go ahead and tap into the dolphin. I'm trying to remember to show you guys the cards again. Do you see it? It's so cute. Okay. Okay, so the dolphin. What isn't working is, and these are the key words. I'm not saying this isn't what's working. These are the key words of the foundations of the dolphin, okay? So we have innately intelligent, healer, lights, and blessings. Okay? It says the gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. The personality is often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit, which again is that growth, that expansion, and then also integrating how you want to help your community, long lasting, the growth and things of that sort also leads to that as well, to the healing arts. Because healing in a way of maybe you are a music producer and you're helping people to heal through their music while they're cultivating it. Maybe you are a person that's able to proofread and help somebody create a book, or maybe you are somebody that cooks and you're able to help somebody heal through. It's things of that sort where it is beyond our human minds can grasp, because that is what the gifts are. So it's not a limit of one thing, it's the expansion. And if what also wasn't working for us was us, you, we, me, she, they, he. I don't know why I did that, but yeah. It's a means of recognizing that, again, it's a proving of worth of us trying to prove our power, trying to prove our gifts, things of sort, instead of just reveling in them. It says it's easy for the dolphin type to underestimate the impact they can make on the world. Okay, look at how vibrant they are. They literally use sonar echoes and that expands. It's amazing. It's very powerful. It says these creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with the dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on the way. So again, what isn't working is questioning yourself, doubting yourself, trying to prove your worth, prove your love. How can you prove something that you don't even believe in, that you don't even feel like is very strong? You're trapped in fear, remember? Not saying like, remember this is where you at. Saying, remember, it's this mindset of being trapped in fear. And the major account of the power, right? The joy, the sacrifice, the truth, things of that sort, and allowing that in is allowing you those profound blessings, is allowing you to recognize that I am changing everybody that I come in contact with, right? It says when you are in balance, you are an active healer. You are have a strong spiritual practice. So again, take those walks, take a salt bath, meditate, get a little back out there. It says when you are out of balance, you underestimate your own power, which is again the lion. The power card has the lion instead underestimating of the own relationship and connection you have with yourself when you go outside the walls of your home. To bring into balance, like-minded spirits. Again, that community, not easily dissolved. You do not have to do it alone. That support system, the realization that the people I have around me is the extension of my integrity, my morals. Not necessarily we got to do everything, but at least we have a solid foundation where they are dependable, they are reliable, they are honest, they are compassionate, because that is what I provided. So like-minded spirits is what is going to help you, because right now what isn't working is underestimating your own power. But what is working for you, again, what you want to tap into this weekend is the lion. So let's go ahead and pull that in. It's patient, regal, a complete master. Okay, they are master of the fire element, and they are the living embodiment of self-transformation. Okay, and we are still in that retrograde period with the Leo power. Tap into that, right? It says the personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. Again, that personal and spiritual growth, that's what we're going for. That's what the Virgo energy is about. And that's what Mercury is about. Taking a step backwards to push you forward, okay? It says this dedication inspires some and intimidates others, which is why what isn't working for you is you trying to prove your worth around people that are intimidated by you, that are scared by you, that are jealous by you, that are confused, that are doubting your power, which is causing you to doubt yourself. So being around like-minded spirits allows you to, again, inspire those that you need to inspire, and that in itself is a true growth. And that is what's going to work for you. It says they are respected by all, but known intimately by few. So don't feel like you have to, again, take every opportunity, take every chance, take every access to love, no matter who it is. it's intimately known, and that is okay. And that also allows the true depth of you to be sitting up high. Okay? It says sometimes it may seem like you're aloof, but it's understanding that you are actually just being very observant, and you are also being precise in your words and actions, and that is going to be really necessary with Mercury retrograde, to be very precise with your words and actions while still being in balance with knowing yourself, because that allows you that calm serenityness. Because when you're not calm, comes somebody that deals with emotions 24/7 as a Cancer moon, it's like you're everywhere, and that can lead you to places you don't want to be, and it can cause you to doubt your own emotions, your own feelings, your own authority of your voice. Okay? Says they do not waste energy or resources, which is why that abundance is coming in, that growth is coming in, why you need to trust yourself. Okay? It says it reminds you that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where you begin. So when you are in balance, which is going to continue to help you if you need to get there, to what is working is the epitome of peace and strength, which leads back to the flower card, the strength card. Okay? Peace and strength leads back to the joy card, sacrifice card, things of that sort. Okay? So taking that in with that understanding. When you are out of balance, you are withdrawn and you are too serious, which leads back to the Virgo card of feeling like your life is just mundane. You have to take everything serious. It has to be structured, strategic. It's like, where's the fun? Where's the excitement? Where's the joy? So that way you can see how cosmic your life is. To continuously remain in balance and or to bring into balance is daily meditation and friendship. Again, get out there with the community. Get out there and have fun. Okay? Allow yourself that. Allow yourself that growth. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and wrap this up with some final messages from Spirit. And then I'll send you on your merry, loving, cute little way. Okay? There we go. Alright, Spirit, what do you got? Final messages for the collective for the weekend. What do you got? We got I am ready. I'm ready. Promotion. I'm ready. Promotion. I'm ready. Promotion. Hey, which is actually one of the things that we said was promotion. Job applications, so job opportunities coming in, growth, abundance, things of that sort. So I love it. I'm ready. I'm ready for love, ready for change, you're ready to release, you're ready to let go, you're ready to recognize that your life is something to be joyful for and also to have fun with. You are ready. You are ready. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective for this weekend before I close it out? Anything else for the weekend before I close it out? No, I'm just kidding. So we have bitch pipe down, eat this mental, which is about self-reflection. And if yours right now is going through being trapped in fear, that worry, which can lead to anxiety, doubt, stress, it's again about that meditation, which will help you with, like the Lion card said itself, and also like the Virgo card, going outside in nature, salt baths, things as well. So pipe down, like even the Gemini said, talk, 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 talk. Right? Sometimes you don't need to talk all the time, especially when you need to be cautiously aware and precise with your words. You don't need to speak. Sometimes you only need to speak when necessary. But when you talk all the time, it doesn't sometimes hold as much weight as it could if you actually spoke intentionally, right? So, bitch, pipe down, eat this mental. Eat on your mental, digest what you need to, and spit out the rest. So that way, again, you can allow yourself that true growth spiritually and materially as well, okay? So we have you been feeding yourself? Feeding yourself, and I made this card in reference to what have I been listening to? What have I been saying to myself? What have I been thinking about myself? Who am I around? What am I feeding my environment, right? How am I waking up? What am I feeding myself? My eyes when I look at my life, right? So have you been feeding yourself? How you been doing your spiritual practices? How you been meditating? How you been journaling? Have you been studying? Right? How you been being more creative, allowing that outlet to feed yourself that way? How you been being truthful? So have you been feeding yourself? Which leads back to the devil card, the temptation card. When you are feeding yourself and you're satisfied, you won't need to go so outwardly in order to satisfy yourself, because you've been feeding yourself something that is nourishing, something that allows that calm, that peace, that growth. Have you been feeding yourself? Or have you been allowing yourself to be force fed? You're just taking crumbs. What are you doing? Have you been feeding yourself? Start with some affirmations. Start with some journaling. Start with going outside. Start with taking those baths. Start with those connections, those friendships. Start with actually asking for help. But have you been feeding yourself? And has it actually been satisfying you? We have your inner child is missing you, which can also be from the love card as well. Your inner child missing you. On the weekend, the kids always woke up. The kids, I'm talking about past us kids, or you are a kid. But the inner kid would just wake up and it's just like they knew what they had planned for the day, even if it was not doing anything, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is your inner child is missing spending time with you, having fun with you, quality time with you, right? So that missing you, that catching up with your life, enjoying it, going out and experiencing it, having fun, making mistakes, just allowing yourself to be treated and recognizing that, which also is a means of knowing your worth. Because when you start doubting your worth now, it leads back to what your inner child can be doubting about yourselves. And it sounds so corny, but you want to be the person that you wanted when you were younger. And sometimes it's hard to do that if you don't pipe down and get your mental. Okay, so self-reflection can also lead you to that self-communication coming in from your inner child. Okay. Last one that we have is time to recharge and clean house. Feng Shui, again, what did the Virgo cards say? Time to clean out your office, your home, your life. It is time to get that set up, because again, what are you feeding yourself? If you're waking up in a messy place, right, it's going to feel like your life is sometimes in a distant ray. It's going to feel like I can't find this, it's always over here. It causes stress, it causes anxiety, and that leads to other things. It causes to irritation, right, confusion. So what is going on? That maybe you need to clean out your office. Why do you still have paperwork that you don't use from a company that you no longer are working with anymore? What do you need to clean out? Maybe it is like, I'm just keeping that friend around because I don't really know, but we haven't hung out, we haven't really talked. So it's a means of, again, recognizing what is the sacrifice going to lead me to. I need to function my life and my home. It's time to clean house. It's time to clear out the clutter, especially mentally, if that's what's currently happening. Okay. So that has been the reading for this weekend for the collective. Rely on your community, build a sense of community, go out with your community, have fun, pass down stories, speak up, be truthful, be honest, use your words with discernment. You don't always need to talk, you don't always need to speak, right? Allow that, okay? And revel in this joy. Start putting yourself out there to receive that abundance, because that is also what it said. It said spiritual and material growth, physical growth. Spiritual. So it is like, if this is growing and it's expanding, I'm going to start planting some seeds. Just start applying the shit, start trying out for shit, grants, loans, whatever it is. Go back to school, whatever. So it's a means of, I am the power. I want to read the power card again, because I got to read that right up top. It says, as a spiritual being, you have unlimited power at your command. But once you have the true trust and authority in your voice, what you're saying, what you're feeling, that also allows it, like, go do that. It happens. I'm going to do that today. This is what's going to happen today. Right? Authority, that command. Okay? So, I love you guys. You can always watch these live on my Instagram every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that way I can do one for the week, midday, and the weekend. You can always find me on any platform at Latisse_Moon. I hope that you guys are having a phenomenal day. Thank you guys for watching, listening. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, so that way I can continuously thrive and inspire and share this message with others. I love you, but love yourselves more. Until next time.